Well. Here we are again. Starting another series. By Ryukishi, the author of Umineko, uh, Higurashi, and other works, including this one, Rose Guns Days. That's what we'll be playing today. And yeah, it's been a while. I still have my Umineko outfit. Yep. Um, Another one is in the works. I I just had to I had to redo the whole thing. Yeah, I had to remake my entire avatar almost from scratch. I managed to salvage some parts of it. Um, but basically, I learned a lot since I made this one. So I wanted to do it like properly, better quality, which means redoing the whole thing. So I'm working on that right now. Well, not literally right now, but you know what I mean. I'm working on that and should be done soon. Maybe next week. Hopefully next week. That would be nice. I will see. You'll see when it's here. Um, for those of you who don't know, this avatar that I have right now is the reader who I made and used for my Umineko read through, and he's gonna get a little makeover soon to fit this series better. Speaking of, yeah, today we're gonna start with Rose Guns Days, which is a story in which Japan loses the Second World War uh, as a result of a natural disaster, after which America and China move in, sweep up the territory in the country, and basically Japanese people become a minority in their own country. And this story deals with the fallout of that. And specifically with a group of people who are involved in underworld type stuff. So look forward to some crime, some violence, and some really, really funky jazzy music also. The soundtrack for this is really good. I haven't heard all of it because I wanted to avoid spoilers, but I did hear some of it. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Welcome. Um, yeah, as you can see, everything looks different now than it did with the Umineko stuff. Everything's new. We have a new intro. We have new overlays. They're very fancy overlays. The one you're looking at right now is the least fancy one of the bunch. I've been working on this for months, literally months. I'm tired. I do this to myself. This is by choice. It's fine. But I'm hyped. Yeah, the story sounds really interesting. The characters are really fun, and you might see some familiar faces here and there, but maybe not. Are they the same characters? Who knows? Probably not. Ryukishi has a habit of reusing specific characters, like Okunogi from Mineko is also in Higurashi, uh, and stuff like that. I think Amakusa is actually in the Higurashi anime sequel that came out recently. He's just in there, different person, but it's him. So yeah. All right. I'm trying to go over my mental list of the things I needed to say beforehand, and one of those things is kind of important. Namely, um, I'm going into this game blind, and that means I cannot give accurate content warnings and stuff because I don't know what's gonna happen. So keep that in mind. Because for Mineko, they weren't super accurate because I forget things, but you know, there's a fair amount of detail in there. I can't do that this time because I don't know. On top of that, when I started researching this kind of stuff, it does not exist. There is no doesthedogdie.com page. There's no posts on Reddit. There is nothing. So it is I have no clue what's going to happen. overall, the tone will be lighter than Umineko. You can pretty much count on that. So there will likely not be body horror and gore, but there will be violence, and as a result of the setting of the story, there will be racism and xenophobia. If you want more specific spoiler warnings, you can wait until I upload the videos for each episode on YouTube, because there will be adding the proper trigger warnings, content warnings to that. Because by then I'll have played it and I'll know what happens. Okay, I think that's the last bit of my rant. No, hold up. This next bit is sad. This game is tiny. You might notice that little screen over there, tiny. This is the game's resolution times a half, so like of 1.5. 150%, shall we say. This game is very small. It is the smallest game in the world. So I can't make it bigger, because then the quality will just nosedive. This is as good as it's gonna get. Maybe they'll do a remaster someday, or like a remake, or a fancy PS something or other version like they did with Umineko, which was originally the same size, the same resolution. But yeah, no, we're stuck with this. Which makes me a little sad, but you know, we're here for the story, not for the visuals so much. Although they're very nice, just small, really, really small, made for ants. But yeah, there was one more thing, but I'm forgetting already. Oh yeah, the voices are gonna be bad. With Umineko I did my best, but I also had like a mental image of every character, and obviously I don't hear because this is all new to me. And yeah, it is really hard to Google a game without getting spoiled. I just realized I didn't respond yet, but yeah, it's really difficult, and on top of that, there's no like summaries or content warnings or anything like that drifting around out there, which is well, it's not a very popular game. It got licensed for a while and then unlicensed again. So it's not officially for sale in the translated form. I'm using a fan translation by Witch Hunt, who also did the translation for Umineko. I did buy the game officially. You can just buy it. Next time I'll have a link so that you know you can go to that link and buy the game yourself. It's a digital download, and then the money will go to the the creators. I assume it's like 12 years old at this point, so maybe not. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I know I don't need to respond to every message, but I do try. I try. I do my best. Alright, if there are any issues with the audio or the screen or something, let me know, and I will adjust them as much as I can. You may also notice that you can now throw emotes at me, so that's fun. We added that recently. If that gets too much, like distracting, I will turn that off, but if it's not, then we'll just keep it on. Throws emotes. Haha! Nothing happens because those weren't actual emotes. I should make that an emote though, I think I can do that. With oh my god. Yep. Did it not do the follower? Well. I'm gonna turn my cursor off. Hold up. That should not be on. I already turned that off. I lied, I didn't turn it off. Yeah, it doesn't seem to go for follower emotes for some reason, which is sad. Oh? What? Did I put a limit on? I probably put a limit on. Is that... I don't know, I guess I decided against chaos that day. I'll have a look at that later. Alright. I'm both hyped and nervous because it's been a while since I did any reading, so bear with me for a sec. There's also going to be like a timed warning message at the beginning. I'm not going to read all that. You'll just have to pause it yourself. I cannot keep up, there's too much text. I know this because I tried. Also fun fact, it's like the Imineko halves, I guess. This is split up into 4 arcs, or seasons. So we'll be taking those on in chunks. I will skip the tutorial. There is actually gameplay in this game. Like real, actual, legit gameplay. And I will turn on the minigame until I decide I'm sick of it, and I'll turn it off. Well. And I think these were made by another artist, and like the designs by Hirokishi. Also, they have changed like their what's the word, like how they deal with streaming and stuff. They've changed that over the years, so I'm gonna assume that that warning just now does not apply anymore. But if it does, I have the money. Just saying. Just saying. I will pay you the money. It'll be worth it. And yeah, this guy looks a little bit Balor-esque, but he's very different personality-wise. Okay. I already forgot which voice I had planned for him, so we're off to a great start. Okay. No more complaining from me. I'll take pasta, even udon. Gotta be some place around here that'll give me some grub. Oh, ye angels on high. If you can hear me, please show me the way. Ah! Ow! Now there's a surprise. An angel really came falling down. Apparently, she had jumped down from the 2nd floor of that store. She had been prepared for a fairly tough landing, but hadn't even imagined that she'd be caught out of the air like this. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Come now. You fall as light as a feather, miss. While we're at it, could you tell me where I can get some good pasta around here? Huh? Pasta? Look, there she is. Is that man with her too? Who cares? Get him!
You mustn't get dragged into this. Put me down.
No.
But what?
4 or 5 dangerous-looking men surrounded Leo as he held on to Rose. Are you another one of her bodyguards?
You don't want to get fucked up, do ya? Put that woman down and disappear.
I'm no magician. Vanishing into thin air is gonna be a bit of a problem for me.
Hey, don't provoke them. Why are men always so quick to start fights?
Okay, here's where the battler comes in. Trying to look cool in front of girls is what makes us tick. What makes us tick, miss. Bastard. You're gonna regret trying to act tough. I'd stop if I were you. Times like this, the cool guys always win.
That cocky son of a bitch. Beat him dead.
Oh god, here it comes. Oh jeez, it's been a while since I tried this. I forgot how the game works now. Oh my god. Hell yeah. So that's the gameplay. I need some tea after that. So as you progress through the story and do more of these mini-games by getting into fights, the game actually makes the mini-game tougher. So they're just gonna keep ramping up the difficulty. If you start doing really bad, it tones down the difficulty, supposedly. So, I guess we'll see how I feel about this mini game, like, in a couple of episodes. So, someone really familiar looking on that badge for some of you, I'm sure. See? The cool guy wins again.
Bastard. Ignore them. We have to get away quickly.
Probably a good idea. Looks like there's plenty more of them coming. The sound of many rushing footsteps approached from a back alley. It seemed like a lot of people just to be chasing a single frail girl around. Let's run for it, miss. Doesn't seem to be much point hanging around here.
Not that way. This way. We've got to find Wayne-kun.
A friend of yours?
He's the one who helped me get away. He's strong too, but against numbers like that...
Don't worry. As long as he's cool, we should be okay.
Don't be so flippant. Wayne-kun! Wayne-kun!
Rose-san!
You bastard! Get the hell away from Rose-san. Wayne-kun, you poor thing, you're hurt all over.
What?
This
This is nothing. Now here's a guy who can go all out in front of the ladies. God, he's basically Balor, but like, if you ramped up his arrogance by like 200%. Maybe 150. But Balor's like 18, so he has a good excuse. Also, the letters are really tiny, so I've been struggling with the reading a little bit. I might be able to get another font going, because this is a little hard to read sometimes. Oh well.
just who do you think you are? That's right. I haven't even asked your name.
Me? Well now.
Why don't I go with the latest trend and introduce myself as Leo? Thank you so much for saving me. My name is Rose. Rose Haibara.
Leo Shishigami. Yeah, there was something I've been meaning to ask you, miss.
What is it?
Any idea where I could find some good pasta around here? Alright, here we go. Also, hey Lulu. Welcome, welcome. I hope you have a good day and that your work isn't, like, that it's all manageable, you know? Thank you for lurking. And we'll get to the pasta recommendation. Don't worry about that. Tokyo, 2012. A vast cosmopolitan city with a mix of Eastern and Western cultures and races, known to some as the Istanbul of the Orient. From the east, there were Chinese, Filipinos, and Indians. From the west, you had both Americans and Europeans. In this chaotic metropolis, modern Western skyscrapers mixed with traditional Asian structures, and people of all cultures could be found everywhere. The official languages were Chinese, English, and Japanese. Except for those looking to major in Japanese culture, it's become increasingly rare for students to choose to study Japanese. Even the television programs are almost all in Chinese or English. Just the other day, another Japanese language program got cut due to low ratings. For that matter, even I can't remember the last time I spoke Japanese except to my mother over the phone. Then again, it's normal for even elementary schoolers to be bilingual or trilingual these days. This is the 21st century. Internationalization has had a big impact. Even so, I stared out the limousine window at the chaotic skyscrapers and let out a sigh. For an impoverished newspaper reporter like me, riding in such an ultra-luxury vehicle was like something out of a dream. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Hayashibara Julie. I'm a newbie newspaper reporter for the Japanese branch of a major newspaper company, the Hong Kong Daily News. Though I'm still a complete and utter rookie, working as a sort of apprentice for my superiors, I've been selected for a ridiculously huge job. It's not because I have incredible talent. It's because I'm Japanese. Julie, what did you do?
What? I've just been doing what I normally do. Nothing more.
The copy editor is calling for you. You're supposed to go to the chief's office. The last time I was in the copy chief's office, it was to get my letter of appointment right after I joined the company. I realized that a huge bigwig wanted to see me, but I had absolutely no idea why. Tilting my head to the side, mostly from nervousness, I headed towards the chief's office. In the office, I found not only copy editor Chen, but also Chief Liu, and even the head of the cultural department.
Did you want to see me?
No need to be nervous. You aren't in trouble. Have a seat. According to your resume, you are pure Japanese. Is this true?
Yes.
Well, it's true that my mother and father were both pure Japanese. The truth is, a certain VIP in a Japanese secret society has offered to give our company an exclusive scoop. She's the honorary president of a Japanese association called Harukaze. Jun Amakawa is her name. The Japanese Association, Harukaze, or Spring Breeze. On the surface, it was an organization for cooperation and mutual aid between Japanese brethren. According to rumor, though, this little society also reigned over the Japanese underworld. Their honorary president, Amakawa, held enormous influence over all the Japanese members of the Diet. She was also said to have deep connections in other various realms of government and business. However, she was even more famous for being the first leader of the Japanese mafia group known as Primavera.
She certainly is a very influential person in the criminal underworld, isn't she?
Correct. These days, she ranks among the top heavy hitters in Japan's underworld.
And she's going to give us information?
Apparently, the major surgeries she underwent last year led to a change of heart of sorts. She decided that she wanted to leave a record of her life. Rumor has it that she knows behind-the-scene details about several scandals that shook the government after the war.
Who knows what'll come out? We can't let anyone else get their hands on a scoop this big.
Precisely. And we want you to take on this important job.
That's more than I could even dream for, but why me?
That's what Amakawa wants. A single pure Japanese reporter to take down the story. Be sure you make a good impression as a member of the Hong Kong Daily News. Since my childhood, when I got called the sushi geisha in grade school, I've never been proud to be Japanese. This huge chance, which had been dropped on me all of a sudden, made me grateful for my heritage for the first time in my life. Yikes. Jun Amakawa's mansion is coming into view. Imagine owning such a palace smack dab in the middle of Tokyo, with its enormous property values. She must have done plenty of bad things to gather up this much money. When I reached the mansion, I was given a thorough body check. No surprises there. She must have dirt on hundreds of politicians. You must be Hayashibara's Julie-sama from the Hong Kong Daily News.
That's right. I'm humbled to have been invited here today.
Madam dislikes bright lights. I ask that you refrain from taking pictures.
Oh, right. I heard about that. What about a voice recorder?
That'll be fine. This way, please. I was guided down a corridor, which lay alongside a garden filled with beautiful stones. Here and there were glaring men in black suits who openly carried machine guns. I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to say it. I'll control myself. The inner sanctuary, in stark contrast to the Japanese style before, was done in a very relaxed Western manner. This was probably a place set aside for her privacy. My guide gave a small knock on the door leading in. Madam. Hayashibara-sama, the reporter from the Hong Kong Daily News, has arrived. Yes. Yes. Please enter, Hayashibara-sama. The man in the suit opened the door and motioned for me to enter. He and the others did not go in. Beyond this door lay Madame Amakawa's sanctuary.
I'm coming in.
I passed through the doorway timidly. So I played, I think, up until here before, just to get sort of an idea of the game and stuff. And I swear to God, that is for the Umineko players, followers, that is a stake in the portrait. That's Lucifer, right there. See? Right? It's totally Lucifer, or maybe Belphegor, I guess, but the hairstyle looks like Lucifer, right? I mean, there's no way that that's not a stake. Anyway. I don't know, it just has to be a stake. Alright. I distracted myself with that for some reason. Alright. On a sofa in this brightly lit room, looking out on that beautiful garden, the woman of legend sat with an elegant posture. She glanced at me, a sharp glint in her eyes beyond those sunglasses, as though sizing me up. Yeah, it's gotta be steak adjacent at least. If she takes a disliking to me from the start, it's all over. My whole body tensed up under the pressure. Then she laughed lightly, took hold of a cane, and rose to her feet. You are the reporter, yes?
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Hayashibara Julie, from the Hong Kong Daily News. And it is truly an honor to be invited here today, Amakawa-san.
No need to be tense. Also, please call me Madam if you would.
My apologies, Madam Amakawa. I look forward to working with you.
Madam Jean will do fine. No one has ever called me Madam Amakawa, you see.
My apologies. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Just one slip up after another. And now I'm sweating all over. Her real name is Amakawa Jun. Jun is her second name. In the troubled period right after the war ended, there were stories that a Japanese-style name could be a handicap in areas under American Army jurisdiction. so it became popular to go by a European or American-style second name. And so, just hearing the name Jan Amakawa was a sign of how old she was. Club Primavera. That's what the multicolored neon sign said. This guy looks very Anja. Oh no. As long as nobody jumps on a skyscraper, that's fine. I mean, jumps on off a skyscraper, not on. If anyone jumps on a skyscraper, I'll just be really impressed. Inside, it was beautifully decorated, filled with beautiful women, a beautiful song being performed on the stage, and beautiful drinks lining the counter. However, paying no heed to any of these women, Leo sat stuffing his face with an extra large serving of pasta. Oh yeah, this is the stuff. Wonderful. Think I could get another serving, miss?
Don't worry, the pasta isn't going to run off on its own. Is it really that good?
You should have seen the dung they fed us at the repatriation office. Now that isn't meant for human consumption.
Repatriation office? You were repatriated recently?
Yeah, had a run of terrible luck. The boat supposed to take me back struck a mine and sank. I managed to drift to somewhere or other, but then I got caught up in this ridiculous misunderstanding.
What kind?
I'm not too sure about it myself. They apparently thought I was some kind of fugitive or something. So, I was locked away until things finally got cleared up.
You poor thing. Even though the war's already been over for 3 whole years.
And there you have it. Before I know it, it's 1947. That's why I've got 3 years of having fun to make up for. That hit the spot. Couldn't eat another bite. Yep, your pasta is the bomb.
Thank you.
Just a quick aside, the art, the character models in this game, very good. Everyone's stylish as fuck. Rose, I heard you were in quite the tight spot.
Richard-kun. This man here is the one who saved me.
I'm Richard Myogi. You have my gratitude as well. Don't mention it. I'm the one who got to show off in front of a girl after all. The name's Leo Shishigami. Thank you, Leo. I apologize for our bodyguard's lack of competence.
Come on, Richardson. Who could have guessed that there'd actually be that many of them? It's got to be Alfred and his goons behind this. We'll have to get them back for this one. Leo-kun was really strong. As strong as Wayne-kun.
Anyway, Rose-san, if you don't show a bit more restraint, we're in for a hard time. When I tell you to run away, please listen to me and go. Got it?
Okay. Sorry. It's all my fault.
Tokyo sure turned into a hellhole. Sounds like you can't even go out for a walk without a bodyguard. Those are the times we live in. There's no end of trouble to be had. You truly have been helpful. We'll escort you back to your home. Don't have a home? Might as well head back to the repatriation office and lie down on one of those hard beds.
Oh, that's right. Listen, Richard-kun. He says he's just been repatriated.
hope I'm actually pronouncing that correctly, because I've never actually heard that said out loud, I don't think. I'm making it up as I go.
Some really terrible things happened and he wasn't able to get back into the country.
Then you must be shocked to see how much Tokyo has changed. Yeah. If you told me this was New York, I'd believe you. There's not even a trace of my home left.
That's so sad.
Huh. If I look around, I'll probably be able to find one or two people I knew who are still alive. And if they're all dead.
Richard-kun.
Forgive me. I have a habit of always assuming the worst. Please don't take it the wrong way. Nah, don't worry. Feel free to make fun of an optimist like me all you like. On April 1st, 1944, a vicious natural disaster ravaged all of Japan so thoroughly it brought an end to the war. Afterwards, under the name of humanitarian aid, American and Chinese allied forces occupied the country. With their national pride on the line, both America and China impatiently competed with each other to restore the battered land. As a result, Tokyo was swallowed up by the American and Chinese cultures and the large amount of immigrants, until only its name remained unchanged. My chances of finding anyone I once knew, much less my home, are practically non-existent. Still, might as well make searching for them my excuse to wander around for a bit. Let's take a little tour of this new post-war Tokyo. Leo rose to his feet. He'd gotten all the delicious pasta he could eat, and he didn't feel like hanging around here any longer.
I don't know if any of your friends are still around in Tokyo, Leo-kun. But you and I are friends.
It's an honor to be an acquaintance of such a lovely young lady. Cyrus, escort this man to the repatriation office. You got it. Look forward to traveling with you, partner.
Thanks.
To tell the truth, I don't know the way back. You lost, little boy?
Leo-kun, thanks so much for saving me today.
Thank you for giving me a chance to show off.
If you find you have no one to rely on, come and see me. I'm always around the club, so feel free to just drop by if you want.
Yeah, hey. Holy shit, you're right, he does. Swole leprechaun. He needs more green in the design, I guess, but yeah.
Rosa,
We don't know a thing about this guy.
stop it, Wayne-kun.
Leo-kun is already my friend. Thanks, kind-hearted miss. If we meet again, let's have a drink together.
Yes, it's a promise.
I got my voice recorder and notepad ready, and waited for Madame Jeanne to speak. I wondered what sort of scandals would escape her lips. I focused my mind and awaited her words. Do you like Tokyo as it is now?
If I had to say whether I liked or disliked it, I'd probably say I liked it.
What do you like about it?
It's true that there's a vast gap between the rich and the poor, but
You can find both troubles and opportunities wherever you go.
an interesting description. This city has a mix of many races and cultures in it. However, I believe all of those people have an equal share of troubles and opportunities. I believe that that combination of disorder and tolerance is what makes up Tokyo's charm and personality.
I see. Madame Jeanne smiled faintly and seemed to be staring off into the distance. It seemed my answer had given rise to some deep emotions within her. At one time, Japanese people lived in Japan, and that was that. Now, however, Japanese people are a minority. People my age are saddened by this fact, but young people like you treat it as a positive thing. That is how the times have changed. Now that this new Tokyo is considered the norm in 21st century Japan, the post-war Japan that people like me grew up in has become practically meaningless and worthless. But despite that, no, because of that, I decided that speaking out was the right thing to do. Is that somehow related to the fact that I'm Japanese? Indeed it is. I wanted to leave my words behind with a Japanese individual. That is why I asked for a Japanese journalist. What would Madame Jeanne, a woman who lived through the period of turmoil following the war, want to leave behind for people like me, Japanese people living in the 21st century? What sort of country is Japan? What do the people who live here think? How do they live? Would you be so kind as to indulge an old lady in her tales of time past?
Yes, it would be a pleasure.
Such an interesting child. In that case, I might as well start from that time. 1947. Tokyo, City 23. Let's begin with the tale of that squalid town. Chapter 1, 1947. Primavera. I had no desire to spend another night on those hard beds at the repatriation office. I'd been given some money, but practically speaking, it was chicken feed. Unless I could find a place to sleep and a place to work, I'd be spending long nights in a back alley. Are you kidding me? An internment camp would be better than that. An internment camp would be better than that. At the repatriation office, they recommended that I join the army. Join the army again now that the war's finally over? I think not. Your necessities will all be taken care of, and once you've been discharged, there are re-employment programs available. I think I'd get better food fishing through dumpsters. As I went back outside, I was struck by the bright, yet not at all warming sun. The repatriation office lodging, with its strict rules, was hardly any better than prison. On the other hand, seeing my hometown utterly changed except for the sun and the air was crueler than a harshly blowing wind. I wanted to find some proof that this was the place I grew up in. I'm getting melodramatic. What I really need is to find someone I know. That, and a job. If I don't make money, I'll be stuck without bread or a place to sleep. I opened up the map I'd gotten from the repatriation office. Okay. Better make sure I don't get lost today. No matter where I go, I won't have any contacts there. So, no matter how much it's changed in these parts, I've got to stick around. Gameplay. I forgot, yeah, okay, so you can actually choose where you go, which is really cool. It doesn't affect the outcome, just the order in which you go through parts of the story. Still, Very cool. Okay, so we have employment agency. At any rate, if I can make some money, at least I'll be able to afford a beat-up apartment. Like they say, you've gotta work to eat. Occupying Forces Employment Center. An employment center at the Occupying Forces headquarters. The worker at the repatriation office told me to go here. They're probably going to try and recruit me to the army, aren't they? He does need a job. My old town. I used to live in this area. It sure would be nice to bump into someone I know. Alright, employment agency it is, because he needs a job to eat. Now that's something. At the employment agency, which the repatriation center people told me about, I found a huge pack of gloomy-looking men gathered around the front gate. There were plenty of them inside the gates too, but the vast majority were on the outside. At that point, a truck came by and stopped. And something happened, but I don't know what, because I hit space twice on accident. The men shuffled to their feet and gathered around it. The hell? Are they giving out free chocolate or something? As the crowd of men raised their hands to the heavens, a man in the bed of the truck shouted in a loud voice. We're looking for help unloading cargo at the harbor. I need 20 sturdy men. No need for talking. 200 Japanese dollars for the day. The men swarmed forward, all pushing to get into the truck. The man in the truck glared at each of them, checking them over as they came on. Good. You two. Gramps, get out of the truck. Please, let me come too. I know I'm strong enough. Get off it, Gramps. Let me on. Think you can cut in front of me, bastard? Get the hell off. Another truck came and called out in the same way. Sewer cleaning, 10 men needed. 150 Japanese dollars for the day. Oh, I'll take the cargo lifting. It pays better and you don't have to go into the freaking sewer. These guys agree. You're joking, right? At least make it 200. Sit around and wait for someone else then. And we're full. Wait, I didn't get picked yesterday either. Trade places with me, I beg you. Shut up. I'm as desperate as you are. Get your grimy hands off me. There was no guarantee that another truck would come. No matter what sort of low-paying job showed up, the men gathered around like the living dead. The truck left and the fight settled down, but there was no sign of another truck coming. It's all your fault I didn't get that one. Every single time you... The hell are you talking about, bastard? You want to settle this? Looks like there's violence in the air. I cut through the crowd that had finally developed into a brawl and entered the employment agency. Inside, there was another large group of people, formed into a line. To my surprise, they weren't all Japanese. There were plenty of American and Chinese people too. There were immense lines leading to the counter. Apparently, one was a line for Americans, and another a line for Chinese people. The walls were covered with what appeared to be job offering posters, but each and every one of them was in English or Chinese, and I was totally lost. At the very end of the line of foreigners, a notice was posted. English speakers only. Chinese speakers only. Everyday fluency required. Hold on a sec. This is Japan, isn't it? Japanese isn't good enough? I sympathize, but what can one do? There simply aren't many Japanese people rich enough to employ anybody. I see. So that's why people who can only speak Japanese are crowded around outside the gate, looking for jobs as laborers. I resent this language of ours. Why didn't Japan ever teach its kids Chinese or English? True. We knew we'd lose the war. That's exactly what we should have done. I tried waiting in the massive line and asking the person behind the counter, but it was as I'd expected. Almost all employers were American or Chinese. Naturally, they were looking for people who could understand their language. They just weren't interested in Japanese people who couldn't speak either language. In the end, I went back outside without finding anything. The crowd of unemployed Japanese people was still standing there, waiting for a truck to come in search of day laborers. Now, it's be a day laborer or join the army. One or the other. Well. Where to next? Let's just go down the list. It had the grandiose name of General Headquarters of the Occupying Forces, but it was basically the City Hall of City 23. City 23 was under the jurisdiction of the American Army. This area was filled with glaring American and military police. One of them motioned with his chin towards a signpost handwritten in Japanese. Employment Center, this way. As I went towards the indicated window, I was surrounded by heroic-looking portraits. You too can join the US Army. Wonderful benefits and wages await you. Thorough English training provided by people of Japanese descent also available. Even permanent US residency is possible. I noticed what appeared to be a crowd of Japanese people listening to someone lecturing. The one giving this rousing lecture was apparently a person of Japanese descent, wearing a US Army uniform. Why should young people like you be forced to wait around forever for a chance to make a difference? The strength of young people like you is something we need now. Let's fight together to bring back stability in the Far East. A well-ordered lifestyle, healthy food, and of course, time for vacations as well. You don't even need to speak English. We'll get you started from square one. What do you say? Any of you feel like joining the United States Army and finding out whether you've got what it takes? A lot of them were young. Hardly surprising. All the older men had been singing about the vicious Americans and British not so long ago. You couldn't expect them to alter their beliefs so quickly. When the officer asked his question, several hands went up. Is it true that we can get permanent residency in America? If you serve out your whole term, you'll get the right to apply for it. Will you get sent to the front lines right away? You won't be sent until you're ready to take care of yourself. We'll whip you into shape. I have a question about wages. Is it really okay if we don't speak English? Looks like a lot of these guys are young people who'd rather live in victorious America than in Japan in ruins. To them, the US Army is probably a pretty alluring prospect. The military is the sort of thing where, when you've learned about it once, you won't be tempted to join it again. To those young people who managed to avoid being enlisted in the past, it might not sound so bad though. A Japanese person, or else person of Japanese descent, wearing the US Army uniform noticed me and came over to talk. Thinking of joining up? You know, I can't speak English at all. I am a pen, is about all I know. We have a thorough English language course. English is the most logical and simple language in the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? This man is a liar, do not trust. That is absolutely not true. What's the whole thing with I before E but not after C or some, you know? He's telling the truth? No. Nuh-uh. Don't get me wrong, I like English as a language. It's like it works for my brain, but it's not logical or simple. What's so difficult about there? It's actually funny if you say it out loud. Yeah, we have a jokester in the building. And the jokes continue unless that is some crash course, because he's saying, we can teach it to you in just 3 months. That seems... Alright. I think I won't. I've had enough experiences with the military for my taste. So, you aren't thinking of enlisting? I came here looking for a different job. This is an employment center, isn't it? If you're looking for a different job, I recommend checking at the employment agency. Any other questions? I guess not. Excuse me, Mr. US Soldier Man. Is it really okay if we don't speak English? Yes, that's no problem. An instructor of Japanese descent will give you a full course. I don't have any special skills or anything like that, but they're still going to feed me, right? Certainly. The US Army guarantees all your basic necessities. Now, you can get started by filling out this paperwork. Up at the counter, I could see young people signing all kinds of forms. Japan lost the war and was destroyed. Since that's a given, getting absorbed by the victor country is one way to live. I guess the only ones not happy with that are old guys who can't get over their pride. I looked at the job offerings on the billboard. They all had ridiculously low wages, but seemed to be fairly long-term. If nearly all of them hadn't had position filled stamped on them in red, I might have read each one of them seriously. All the remaining offers had a high bar set for them, with either specialized skills or a personal reference required. As I left the office shrugging, a man walked over to me and started talking. It's not funny. Hey, mister. It's a very nice body you've got there. Well, your Japanese is pretty good. Do you want something? That American army's no fun at all. Want to try the Chinese army? Are you a recruiter from the Chinese army? Everyone has a blast in the Chinese army. We Asians have got to protect Asia together. If you're interested, drop by the Chinese garrison in City 22. Everyone's nice there. What is going on with this era? Japanese men are only welcome at the Army's registration counter. And if you aren't happy with that, you can sleep in an alley and think things over all you like. So sad. I guess this is what it means for a country to be destroyed. My old town is where we're going next. Why does this background look so familiar? So, this is supposed to be my hometown. This used to be your typical, good old Japanese working class town, lined with wooden row houses. And now, Concrete buildings were crammed together in a line, and the road was filled with automobiles. The signs were all in English. Everything was done in a Western style, inside and out. I forgot his voice. It's typical episode 1 issues. Even Urashima Taro didn't have it this bad. The Great Disaster and the frenzied reconstruction by the occupying forces had removed every trace of what had been left before. Only the place name remained. And even that was written in English letters now. The road and the cityscape was changed in every way imaginable. I'd hoped to find at least one of the old shops still around, but how naive of me. I couldn't find any evidence that this was the city I'd grown up in, except for the English sign showing the name. Welcome. I used to live around here a while ago. How about you? Oh, I'm not from around here. Came from Shizuoka. You've come a pretty long way, haven't you?
After the Great Disaster, crowds of people were put into reconstruction camps by the occupying forces and forcibly relocated. I've wandered around in search of food and work, and here's where I ended up.
I wonder what happened to the people who used to be living here.
Who knows? Tokyo got hit pretty hard, after all. It seems that quite a lot of people got moved around at first, thanks to those confusing policies set up by the American and Chinese occupying forces.
Have you heard of anyone who used to live in this area?
Nope.
I see.
You a repatriated soldier? Repatriated?
I was like, oh, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and then I immediately do it wrong the next time. Got stuck in an internment camp for a while. I finally managed to make it back.
It must seem like a different world to you.
Especially Tokyo. I keep waiting for someone to tell me it's all a joke.
If you go to the countryside, there's supposed to still be some scenery that looks like Japan. I've heard plenty of stories about people moving out to the countryside. Still, it doesn't sound like life's any better there.
This is the town I was raised in. There's nowhere else I want to go.
I see. Try and keep your spirits up. Tokyo is a different country now. You've got to accept that and move on. I don't think you'll find the Tokyo you're looking for anywhere around here.
Maybe not.
As drastic as it may have been, this may just be what happens when times change.
Almost all of the patrons in the bar were American. Even the Japanese people working at the bar conversed with them in clumsy English. The menu was all English. The stares of the American guests bored into me. Sorry to bother you. Looks like this isn't the best place for a Japanese person to hang around in. So, I won't find the Tokyo I'm looking for anywhere around here. So sad. I've been walking around all day long, and I found nothing of what I was looking for. No proof that this was once my home. No job, no place to live. I saw a large group of unemployed Japanese people lying down in a back alley. They get fed emergency rice, crowd around for a chance to get jobs as day laborers, all the while barely scraping by from day to day with their tiny wages. Everywhere you look, you see a reality so sad and painful that it makes your head spin. Even if I just eat this in this lane of food carts, I can hear them whether I want to or not. No good jobs again today. What are we supposed to do when everything's English and this, Chinese, that? And I've already sold off pretty much everything my family owns. There's nothing left. That factory stinks. They work you that hard and then they pay you with shit. Go ahead and quit whenever you'd like. They might hire me in your place. You know what? I've been thinking about giving up and joining the army. Don't kid yourself. Them foreigners will just use you as cannon fodder. But I get 3 meals a day and a place to sleep. Well, a friend of mine managed to escape from there. Sounds like it's pretty terrible. Now they've got me signed too. Here you go. Sorry for the wait. That'll be $30. Since when has Japanese currency been measured in dollars? I still haven't quite gotten my head around what's worth what, but I can tell that 30 Japanese dollars is way too much for this pseudo-gruel. From what I've heard, the old Japanese currency is still circulating in the Chinese army cities. I got some money from the repatriation center, but that isn't likely to last long. At any rate, if I don't find a job, my new job will be sitting around waiting for work and emergency rice like these guys. I may be an optimist, but I can still calculate how many days I'll be able to eat with the money I have left. So, you making money off this? You're kidding, right? Everything costs a fortune. Even I'm barely getting by day to day with my income. Still, there are a few people raking it in, even during times like these. No? What sort of people? Wow, okay. Dude came out swinging. Those damn women! They've been making a fortune seducing officers and foreign perverts. After all, while men have nothing to sell, women can make money by selling themselves. It's the 40s. It's the 40s. Yeah, they're all sellouts, all of them. Japanese women making money by flirting with foreign men. It's not a rare sight to see them playing around luxuriously on an occupying forces car, wearing expensive clothes. And they've got some influence too. They spend money like it's water. Maybe there were no gigolos in the 40s. Also, if they spend money like water, then sure, that's good, right? Because then they can, I don't know. It's good for the economy and stuff. Anyway. Well, I doubt they're out seducing foreign men because they want to. Anyway, a little makeup, some clothes, and you might not do so bad yourself. Damn it all. I can't take it. Give me another boss. To swarm around day labor jobs, to earn money like pocket change, to drown your worries in drink every day. It's no joke. This is Tokyo. This is what I'll become. So, you can't take it unless you drink. So sad. Is that the new, It's Useless? We had Ballard's It's Useless, It's All Useless, and now we have Leo's. So sad. no. I've tried filling up with cheap drink and talking tough, but only darkness lies before me. Should I go back to the repatriation office and lie down on that hard bed? If I'm not back before closing time, I'll be locked out. But then, what should I do starting tomorrow? Seems I only have two choices. Do I join the crowd around the employment agency or join the army? I've got to do one or the other. So sad does sound more mocking, you're right. On the other hand, I think it works for both, because Valor usually use that in a context where it's like, your lies won't work on me, that sort of thing, you know? Like, haha, I see through your bullshit. And on several occasions, also, like, him being self-depreciating. Deprecating. I know how words work. That is so sad, you're right. No. That's me reading the next bit. No. There's one more way. I was probably a bit too reckless for my own good. When I stepped into the dimly lit alley, my way was blocked in both directions by men in ragged coats. Dang. Well, it's pretty easy to guess what you're here to do. If I don't feel like working and don't want to join the army, then I'd have to get into this business.
You there. Keep quiet and put all your money on the ground, and then get lost.
There's some nice clothes you got. You can strip those off too. Gladly. But only if you promise to get down on all fours and carry them away in your mouth. Huh? Does this guy think we're chumps or something?
Who cares? We can take his stuff after we beat him to a pulp.
Well. What a hellhole Tokyo's become. Fight. Hey, I'm pretty sure that if I lose, nothing happens, nothing changes. I just look like a chump. But I care a lot about not looking like a chump apparently, because I'm giving it my all. Also, how this minigame works is you get a defense phase where you have to, use your mouse to, your mouse, not your mouth. That's what you do other things with. But you have to hover over with a pointer, like the highlighted areas, right? The punchy things. And then you get the attack phase, and then you just click all the punches instead. And then you can stack up on those, and then you right click to deliver a finishing blow, basically. And those finishing blows, that are little cards that you see pop up, is to click one of them, and that acts as a multiplier of sorts. So you have to actually check and see that you're not, like, clicking a 1 or a 2, or if I remember correctly. So Yeah. So there's no rhythm involved, you just have to click the things that pop up. I guess it's sort of, there is a rhythm to it, but it's the same rhythm every time. Damn it. You think you're so tough. Aren't you done yet? I'm starving. Whoa, whoa. Come on now, no guns, please. One of the men pulled a handgun out of his pocket. Yeah, they were paying attention to what you were saying, and instant gun. Just for you, cat. I can eat anything, but only when bullets aren't on the menu.
Think you're so tough? No mercy for you, bastard. Shit.
Dang. Here you go. I kicked a trash can sitting off to the side of the alley. The thugs were showered with rotten food. Hell yeah. And that's on the house. Now be good boys and share.
Get back here, damn it. I'll kill you.
Leo dashed away at random and managed to lose himself in the bustle of the main street. Well, after all, City 23 was... no, Tokyo was a shady city all over. Desperate men with no money or jobs grew wild. Highway robbery and pickpockets were a natural, everyday thing. Even burglary and murder weren't uncommon. And yet, he does stand out a lot, I bet. It's the green, it's just too noticeable. So, while the occupying forces may have maintained the public order, it certainly wasn't perfect. Maintain the public order. Is that what it said in your history books? Supposedly, the American and Chinese occupying forces thoroughly maintained the public order. And thanks to that, the period of chaos after the war was one of remarkable stability, even on a worldwide level. Madame Jeanne doubled over laughing, as though Julie had cracked his splendid joke. Ridiculous. The occupying forces didn't maintain the public order in the slightest. Didn't the Americans and the Chinese compete with each other in restoring order, each hoping to add to their national prestige? Yes, that's true. They competed. Competed to get the best numbers on paper, that is. They never got involved in Japanese crime. They weren't even involved. It's only natural that no crimes were recorded. In City 23, no one would come to help unless the victim was an American. It sounds like it was a very troubled city. Yes. It was a troubled, terrible city. Even so, no matter how much everything changed around us, this was our home. We had to keep living there, even if it meant eating dirt. Yo! They actually put in a save reminder. Wow. That's great. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, I worked hard for that new rank. I don't know what it means, I'll be honest. Maybe it's like level 3, who knows. Hold on, let me also pop this one. I'm testing if this works. It does! Fuck yeah. It's my fancy new save reminder. It works. It works. I think I actually left the timer off so you can spam it. Yeah. Everything is a neon themed now, and I think this is a good chance for me to take a quick break, during which I have more neon for you. I will be right back. Oh boy. Ah yes, the voice problems begin. I bring this on myself. Tempting fate. But yes, no, yeah, should be alright. I had some water. Took a little break. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Because with Imineko, I just stopped taking breaks because I got so into the reading. I'm gonna try to be better about that with this series because it was not great for me. And having a break is good for people watching as well, I imagine. Because at least when I watch streams and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take a break now, that's when I go up and do stuff. So yeah. Maybe I need like a timer or something for that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it will be fine. Go to next is where we go. Okay, that's where we go. All these backgrounds look extremely European, and I guess that's on purpose. But a lot of them ping is really familiar, like I've been there kind of familiar, which is really strange. It's really weird that a lot of them look so familiar to me. Welcome back, Cat. I have also returned. Just gotta stretch before I do more talking. Maybe I literally have been here before, who knows? I'm gonna try when I upload each episode to YouTube, I'm gonna try to do like a fun fact sort of thing. But I also don't want to get spoiled on the story, so I'll have to be careful. So I might not have them for every episode. But for this one, you know, I can try looking up where the backgrounds are from. So that we can be like, oh, that's where that's from, you know? And then I can confirm or deny if I've been there or not. Fun fact, the light you see on the left is known as a street lamp. Wow. I did not know that. They had street lamps in the 40s? Damn. But yeah, I'm sure that there's somewhere on the internet we can find if these are, and where all these locations are from, basically. Alright. 2 weeks passed since then. No job prospects to speak of. I didn't just have a dark future. The darkness was all around me. Wait, they had little children inside them lighting matches. Like little, I don't know, gnomes? Like little minuscule tiny people? That is the mental image. Thank you for the mental image. At my lodgings in the repatriation office, US Army notices came every day, constantly telling me to join the army so that I couldn't even rest. Then again, I didn't really have anywhere to go. In the end, it's all a matter of facing up to my own pride. I tried to act tough and say I wouldn't eat army food, but even that's better than nothing. During these past 2 weeks, the money I have has shrunk considerably. Guess I could just party with all I've got left. Then go and sign up for the army. I'm still emotionally attached to my homeland. But I can't go on living like this. Like they say, home's not just a place to bury your bones. There's more to this world than Japan, isn't there? Once I decided that, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. If I ever grit my teeth and actually accomplished something, I may have acted like a warrior, but I wasn't able to do anything. It's all pointless. Sorry. I said that with a smile even though it's a really sad line. But, you know, it sounds like it's all useless, that's all. It's all pointless. So is life. Men who feel like abandoning everything and cutting loose are just like moths. They keep getting lured toward the brightness, towards the dazzle of neon lights. Downtown, where you could see paradise just for the span of the night, was thriving in a way that didn't fit at all with this depressed city. That sentence was complicated. There were plenty of young people who, like me, wanted to enjoy themselves all they could with the last of their money before entering the army. There were also men who had finally saved up just enough for a single night of ecstasy, who barely scraped through each day with this to encourage them. If you're going for a drink anyway, might as well find a place with pretty girls. Now, which should I choose? Just as I was wondering what place to go to, I saw a familiar neon sign. Club Primavera. That's right. It's the place I went to that day. I didn't think much of it then, but it's a pretty high-class spot. Then, I remembered the face of Rose, the girl who called herself a friend of a man she hardly knew. If I could have a drink with that girl, I might be able to finally cut my ties with the city. In this place filled with the brightness of neon lights, you couldn't see any stars in the night sky. Well, that's fine. No matter how close you look at the stars, you don't get any closer to them. At that moment, a car came to a stop behind me. It was a car of the occupying forces. I could see a girl from this club coming out of it. She was talking in English to an American officer who sat in the driver's seat. It must be tough for the women, too. Guess they can't attract customers without speaking English. That looks like a London taxi. It might just be London, man. I can't pronounce London today. Okay, voice.
Hey there, handsome. If you want to come in, there's no need to be shy.
It's, I think I did this exact voice to voice a spider last week. I nailed it, thank you. I'm doing my best. She was talking to me. Apparently, she thought I was having trouble deciding whether to go into the club or not.
Then again, for a man as charming as you seem to be, it's probably best if you stay outside, don't you think?
Hold up, I can't switch between these two characters for some reason. My brain is like, no, you gotta keep going in that voice, but with the guy's voice, and that's not gonna sound right at all.
Why do you say that, beautiful? If you do come in, you might learn something that you won't be able to forget.
No problem then. I'm hardly what you'd call charming.
You're a funny one, aren't you?
I'm here to see a friend.
Did you get past her a message?
Her name's Rose.
A friend? That's what they all say. Just who are you?
Leo Shishigami.
Huh? You are Leo.
Her eyes went wide, and a broad smile spread across her face. It looked like a fan bumping into her favorite rock star on the street.
You're the Leo Shishigami who saved Rose? Really?
She here?
You're more than welcome here. There's been rumors about you. Rumors about a stylish guy who's unbelievably good at a fight. I'm so glad I got to meet you. My name is Stella. The girl you're looking for is a friend of mine.
And then I guess this makes us friends too.
If that's what you want, make sure you bring enough cash with you. In exchange, I'll show you a dream you could never see anywhere else.
His smug face. What kind of dream might that be? Sounds interesting.
Welcome to our club. You know, I happen to like strong men.
She's gonna roofie him. You can't make money off of a customer if you roofie them, though, surely. Unless you steal their wallets. She might roofie him. The fancy decorations inside the club were unchanged from that day, and they set the scene for a paradise on earth. However, there were no patrons to be seen, and the room was shrouded with an air of inactivity. That does count as a dream, right?
What's going on here?
Is today a holiday or something?
That can't be it. You there. Did something happen? Oh, Stella-san. Actually, those people...
You think you could fool us?
Rain-kun, be quiet.
The VIP room deep inside the club was filled with tension. About 10 suited men with frightening faces stood across from Rose. You could tell at a glance that they were thugs. In particular, the man who sat boldly on the sofa and glared forward with cold eyes was clearly their boss. Oh. This city sure has got dangerous, don't you think?
That's very true. It's very sad.
In fact, I hear you were attacked by some ruffians just the other day. Of course, if nothing bad happens, then everyone's happy. But after things do get messy, then it's already too late. You agree, don't you?
Yeah, like we don't know it was you guys who did it. I recognize several of your goons in that group. What you say, bastard? You won't ever go?
Hey now, guys, chill out. Your upbringing is showing.
You need to calm down too, Rain-kun. Didn't I tell you to stay quiet?
While our boss spoke in a jovial manner, his eyes were sharp and cold enough to drill a hole in you. There was no doubt. This was a dangerous man. A club with just ladies, all alone in a dangerous city like this? No, no, no. You clearly need bodyguards. Why not just leave that all to us?
We can take care of that ourselves. Your concern is unnecessary.
No, no, no. Are you absolutely, positively sure you can take care of yourselves? After all, and this is just something I happened to overhear. But it sounds like all your bodyguards have gone and quit. Isn't that so?
That's just because you used your dirty tricks to lure them all away.
And yet, you still haven't quit your job as a bodyguard despite it all. How admirable.
You might start wishing you'd gone ahead and quit right away. Sure you don't want to go home and suck your mommy's titties before you really get hurt? You vermin. At any rate, we have no money to give you. Please leave.
Oh. Why so cold, Missy? If you don't lend us a hand, let us lend you a hand. You might have thugs making a mess of things right inside the club, yes? Right, everybody? Hmm? A door to an inner room was slammed open, and several disreputable-looking men came pouring out. Then, they started kicking the furnishings around them, picking them up and throwing them around.
Please stop. Even if you do this, we can't pay you.
Well, then this club is just gonna have to get trashed, isn't it?
Oh my, such a shame for such a pretty club.
What you say, Miss Rose? You just give the okay, and I'll bring all these guys in line. I guess I should have been doing a fake foreign accent, but nah, we're not going there. Sorry. Who's that guy with a fake foreign accent?
You mustn't catch his eye. He's a very troublesome man.
At that moment, there was a dull thunk, and everything suddenly went quiet. A man holding a potted plant swayed and fell over. After getting Wayne's fist lodged in his stomach, he'd crumpled to the floor, foaming at the mouth.
You wanna fight, boy? Stop, Wayne-kun. I'm begging you. Won't you listen to what I tell you?
Sorry, Rosa. That's one request I can't follow. Well, I can see why you're the one bodyguard that stuck around. However, don't you think it's just a little too reckless to take on this many people?
Shut up. No matter how dirty you fight, you won't lay a finger on Primavera as long as Mad Dog Wayne is around. This kid's lost it. Someone better call an ambulance.
It'll be a lot easier for this brat to chill out in a hospital bed if he's unconscious first, don't you think?
Wayne-kun, stop. Stop.
It's not gonna stop.
No need to get a bed for you guys. I'll knock you straight to your graves.
I don't know, let's see if he lives up to it, you know? Some bad timing on my part. I do love the art in this game, it's very cool. Bonus attack round. The fight CGIs are very good.
Giving up already? You guys are all talk. Damn this guy.
Nice going. Youth is such a wonderful thing. And what does that make you guys? A bunch of nothings. Try and use your heads a little, people.
Wait,
Looks like you've gotten yourself into enough mischief, brat.
now why don't you be a good boy? Or this lovely princess of yours is gonna have a really bad day.
One of the men had grabbed hold of Rose and was pressing a gun against her cheek. That cold lump of steel sank into the side of her face.
Damn you. How low are you willing to sink?
Once something like this happened, all the muscles in the world won't do you a lick of good, see? It's time you were taught a little lesson how tough this world is.
You monsters.
A man who had circled behind Wayne brought a bottle of alcohol crashing down on his head. The bottle was smashed to pieces, and Wayne sank to his knees, and then to the floor.
That little brat really messed up my day. Hey, what's wrong? Where's that confidence now, punk?
What frightening fellows they are. If this keeps up, it looks like it's gonna bite the big one, don't you think?
Please stop this. You'll kill him.
And you don't want him to get killed, right?
Maybe you'd better accept the boss's offer. Okay, I'll give you the money. I will.
I've been losing my hearing just a bit lately. Didn't quite catch that.
Come on. The boss ain't gonna hear you if you don't speak up.
The man twisted the frigid barrel of the gun into Rose's cheek.
Stop that. Let go of Rosa. It hurts.
If the boss goes too easy on you might start getting ideas, right? It's too late to settle this with money, huh? How about a little sugar on the side? Let's put an end to that, shall we? When it comes to a pretty girl's lips, lipstick fits better than a gun barrel. Who the hell are you?
Leo-kun.
Gotta help a lady in trouble. What's this here? You still had another brave knife left over? Leo twisted up the gun sticking into Rose's face, along with a hand holding it. Don't try that at home, kids. He still had a careless look on his face, but his grip seemed to be pretty strong. The other man's face twisted slightly in pain. What do you think you're doing? You wanna arm wrestle me or something? Of course not. Holding hands with a guy isn't really my thing. You really think you can match up to these muscles with that flimsy body of yours? I eat morons like you. I eat morons like you. Wait. I thought that the line repeated. It didn't. thought he was like, I'm gonna try my one-liner again. But no, he didn't. Leo's face didn't twitch. He was as calm as ever. However, the other man's bulging arm began to bend. It bent at an increasingly odd angle until the gun was stolen from it in an awkward posture. You ought to grow up a bit before using one of these toys. A cord gun would suit you nicely, though. Damn it. Where's that ridiculous strength coming from? Let go, okay, please.
Ryo-kun, what are you doing here?
Just wanted to spend my last meal with a girl I liked. Leo treated her with a lighthearted wink, but the gun he had stolen was pointing straight at the group of men.
This is the guy, boss. The meddler from that night.
Uh-huh. So it was you. Such an honor to meet you. I hear this is a club for adults. Might be a bit too early for you kids.
Bastard.
At that point, the outside door was slammed open, and several people rushed in.
Hey, Rose. Your reinforcements are here. Meryl. And Cyrus can too.
Nobody move, okay? We've got us a few servings of Primavera's famous lead pasta, all ready to go. Looks like the cavalry has arrived. All of them were holding guns. The tide seemed to have turned around completely. Surrounded on all sides by guns, the hooligans were forced to timidly raise their hands to the sky. My, how troublesome.
Looks like you decided to come back again. Big foreigner guy. You think you can bully Rose this much and get away with it? Don't think you'll get off easy this time.
Sheesh, what took you so long, big brother? Forgive me. I'll handle the rest. Mr. Alfred, we are closed for business today. It's time for you to go home. Oh. I take it this is Primavera's answer, Miss Rose. Rose let her head hang for a moment, then looked up with a firm determination in her eyes, speaking sharply.
Yes, this is Primavera's, our answer. We have no money to spare for you.
This keeps getting more entertaining, Miss Rose. You've made me want a mademoiselle as lovely as you more than anything else. Come on. The exit's right this way, gents.
We look forward to seeing you again. Like hell we do. Don't even think about coming back.
Let's go, everybody. That's all for today. Don't let this happen again. Neither party has anything to gain from further interference on your part. Then I'll bid you adieu, Miss Rose. I hope we can meet again under the beautiful moonlight. Despite their parting remarks, the group of men left dejectedly.
I hope you get hit by a car and die, jerks. Bleh.
I'm learning. I'm improving. I got an arrow now. I don't know what that means. I assume good. I assume good. Also, that's our first familiar face, sorta-ish there. Kinda. At least to me, Meryl looks kind of familiar. Just gonna grab some water. Meryl looks like Lily Beatrice. I honestly, I think she looks like Satoko a bit, and also Lambda Delta. Satoko from Higurashi, Lambda from Umineko. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I will find that out one day, and then I will tell you about it in the fun fact section of the YouTube stuff. If I remember. If I forget, then too bad. I'll probably remember, don't worry about it. Okay. That was a close call. Is anyone injured?
I'm fine, but Wayne could.
Hey, you're Leo, aren't you? What are you doing here? So you came flying in here to save the day. Nice going, kid.
He just stepped in to steal the spotlight. I'm the one who put myself in the line. Aw, you poor little thing. And she tried so hard, too. Stop patting my head!
To think that we've been saved by you once again. Thank you, Leo. Nah, I'm just here to steal the spotlight. Right, Wayne?
If they hadn't taken Rosan hostage, I would have sent them packing by myself.
Oh, of course you would have, you poor little baby.
Everything's gonna be okay. Didn't I tell you to stop treating me like a kid? So, you're that, Leo?
I just went full Lambda Delta voice, so we're just going with that from now on. That'll help me remember that that's the voice she's got.
There's been rumors about you floating around the club for a while now.
Because I ate 5 extra servings of pasta?
Leo-kun, thank you so much.
Your words honor me, miss. Perhaps I should put in a few words about Alfred Akagi here. If I had to make a list of the most dangerous men in City 23 during 1947, it'd be Alfred, Miguel, and so on. In other words, Alfred was right at the top of the list. City 23 was under the jurisdiction of the US Army, so it turned into a colony of Americans as soon as the rebuilding started. That's when the American Mafia came in, going after Reconstruction rights. They gathered up a bunch of Japanese ruffians and built a new family based in City 23. Alfred was one of the top hitmen in that family. However, he had his own ambitions. Eventually, he murdered the American boss of the family and took control. After a harsh battle between factions for and against him, he managed to achieve victory. During the year 1947, his family had grown weak, but even so, there's no question that it was a major power which controlled the northern half of the city. One sec. Alright, we're good. At that time, he found himself in need of a large sum of money to smooth things over with the family back in America, which opposed him. It was extremely natural for him to set his eyes on the prosperous women of the night. Of course, Primavera employed a sizable group of bodyguards. However, they were whittled away by Alfred's threats and bribes, until Wayne and Cyrus were the only reliable men left.
So, you're going to join the army?
No way around it. No other prospects to chase.
You're a repatriated soldier, aren't you? Where did the war take you?
To the south. There's not much to remember from there.
I hear you're a really incredible fighter. Have you learned martial arts or something?
My old man ran a dojo. He worked me hard back when I was a little brat.
So that's how it was. But, even considering that, you're incredible.
Seems a waste to let a sharp man like you go back to the military.
I'm the only...
Hold up. This is exactly the type of person who would go around calling themselves Mad Dog, by the way.
I'm the only bodyguard that's needed around here. Ah, right. Bodyguards. Leo, want to be a bodyguard for us? What do you think, Richard?
We've had quite a few bodyguards losing their nerve and quitting these past few days. They were probably just pissed off by the way that fake foreigner talks.
What we're looking for is someone who's tough, manly, and not afraid of Alfred. I'm not afraid, and I'm tough and manly too.
We know. Still, strength in numbers never hurts. Right?
Ow, enough with the shoulder slapping. After all, you look like you can be relied upon. Come on, become a bodyguard. He's got the looks too. No objections from me.
There should be no problem with regards to our budget. I'll leave the decision to Rose.
Leo-kun,
Yep.
we are in a bit of trouble these days.
I can imagine. You couldn't do business with a guy like that dropping by all the time.
It's a dangerous job. Still, well. Would you like to become a bodyguard for Club Primavera? We don't need any cowards who aren't willing to put themselves on the line. Okay, that's enough out of you, little boy. Don't get your hand off my head.
You don't want to go back to that army food, do you? The pasta here is pretty damn good. True. So I have one condition.
Okay. What is it?
Let me have some of your own handmade pasta every now and then. That's all.
Sure thing, Leo-kun. I'll make sure I do everything I can as well. So, please help us. We're counting on you.
You got it, Miss Rose.
That's Madam Rose. Rose here is the Madam of Primavera.
Understood. Look forward to working with you, Madam Rose.
Me too, Leo-kun. Do you mind if I ask a question? Who is this Madam Rose? I thought you, Madam Jung, or the first Madam of Primavera. True. That is how the world at large understands it. However, the truth is different. The real first Madam was Madame Rose. She is the founder of Primavera and its first Madam. She was the first Madam. Not you? Yes. I have done nothing but carry on her will. Why is Madame Rose's name so poorly known? Because that is how she wished it. The times called for her to be the Madam, but it was not in her nature to live in the underside of the world. That is why, when she passed on the title of Madam, she asked that her name not be passed down. And so, to leave a record of the untold accomplishments made by this Madame Rose. Correct. Rose has passed away, and nearly all the men who made it through that period with her are dead. At first, even I thought it best to take this secret with me to the grave. But I've changed my mind. What did Madame Rose think? What did she live for? Even though it's a story from an era whose very values were different, perhaps there is a purpose to be served in passing it down. That is why I called you here. In other words, what you wanted to talk to me about was the tale of Primavera's birth and Madame Rose. Damn it. Think they could do that to us and get away with it? Alfred and the others who had been chased out of Club Primavera were gathered in the corner of a bar. Boss, if we pull back now, we'll even have we'll have even Caleb and the others laughing at us.
I realize that, of course. I find myself liking Miss Rose more and more. Once I'm after you, it's over. None can escape me.
We've managed to cut away at the number of their bodyguards. Now's the time to attack.
I know. This fire inside me can only be cooled by the touch of her skin. Bring me a bunch of the young ones, guys. Miss Rose. Oh, how you'll pay for angering me. Alfred laughed flippantly, but the glass he held was shaking with his anger. End of chapter. And we got another beautiful save reminder. That's actually great. I love that. That's actually really good. I wish more games did that, where it's like, okay, you just completed a section. Hey, you want to save? And thank you for redeeming your save reminder. I think this is a great point to quit. And we will continue next week, where we left off. Yeah, the game is helping us, and that's great. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm having a blast so far, honestly. This is really fun. I like all the characters. That little scene where they were all just sort of talking, like the whole Primavera group. It's genuinely so much fun. I'm really looking forward to where the story is gonna go. Looks like we have our villain. And our heroic folks, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm really hyped. And yeah. Good stuff. That all went better than I expected as well. I thought it was rusty, but it went okay. Alright. Yeah. we'll be ready to go and really dive into the action next week. And yes, as promised, I will be uploading this video to YouTube. Click on the About page for a link to that. And, drop a subscribe if you want to see them pop up when they arrive. I will do my best to, upload them on time. Usually takes a couple days. But yeah, again, subscribe and then you'll know. You don't have to sit around waiting. And I'll add the warnings and stuff. But yeah, I think it'll be much lighter than Umineko was, despite all the guns and the violence. Surprisingly. Alright. Yeah, so that's the plan. I will be back on Wednesday with a game, and I don't know which game, but I'll let you know when I know. And that might be on Wednesday itself. Who knows? I'm fickle like that. And then on Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT +1 currently. Yeah, because it's not summertime. Then we'll be back with more Rose Guns Days. I almost said Umineko, just by habit. But no, that's over for now. And Rose Guns Days is here instead. And I, for one, cannot wait. Alright. I'm gonna show off my end screen, my new one. It's more neon, baby. It's just all neon all the time. Neon for days. And thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's I thought this was fun. It went great, so super hyped. I'm really curious about the story. So next Thursday, we're gonna do more. Alright. Thank you for watching. Whether you're lurking, or in the chat, or watching the VOD, or on YouTube, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know if you are. Because I live off of compliments and positive reinforcement. I don't need food or water. I just need people to say nice things to me. That's not even a lie. Alright. Anyway, I hope you have a great night, week, day. I hope to see you again next time. Thank you again. I will make you some pastas to go. It won't be any good. I'm not very good at cooking. Because again, I don't need food, I just need compliments. But, alright. Have a great day, night, week. I already said that. I'll say it again. For emphasis. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Good night, bye-bye.